spike, but there's all kinds of metrics where you can hold it down. But even for $20 a day, you'd be amazed at what you can do, even for smaller budgets, or we could do a co-op thing too. So, but anyway, Chuck, let me let you kick this off. I think we're about.
It's 3 o'clock, and that's the time where I'd like to get started. So I asked, obviously our host, Rick Cotton, and our teacher, our mentor here in this whole funnel experience is here in Florida with us. And, let me just make something perfectly clear with everybody. This is not a team. This is not you don't have to do this, right? This is something that if you always wanted to do it, if you've always thought about doing it, then I certainly want you to participate. If you don't, and you've never thought about it, then don't do it. Just keep doing what you're doing. I don't want to take you off focus of what you're doing, but even as big as my database is, and I've got hundreds of thousands of people in my database. I mean, I've got 15,000 names in my phone, right? And I'll probably never get to contacting all of those people. But I think what Rick brought up was very interesting, and that is the fact that, why talk to our friends and neighbors and relatives and everybody else about something that they have very little to no interest in? Why not talk to somebody that already knows that it's network marketing, that already knows that there's an investment, that already knows all of those things? So the conversation is much, much simpler, right? Rick, with that, I'll take it and leave it with you, and you can kind of go from there.
Yeah, Chuck. Well, welcome everybody. I appreciate. I know obviously we all got time right now, but I see some new faces. Some of you guys have already met. Barbara, good to see you. Mitch, nice to meet you. So I'm excited to be here, guys. I'm in the network marketing industry. I've been in here for since I was 17 years old. I'll be 50 this month. So I've been dabbling in the industry, probably not quite as long as Chuck, but pretty close. We were in the same company together years and years ago, and then we also did business about 15 years ago when I launched my first company, and have since launched another company after that, and it's been going for about 12 years. We're mainly in Asia. I spent about 10 years over there, and then came back to the U.S. We really don't even build in the U.S. And so I started working on funnels, and somebody turned me on to funnels, and I swear if I would have known about this 10 years ago, when funnel world was just starting to be talked about, it'd be a game changer for us. But the truth is we're on the front end of it. I think I told Lee this early in an email, or somebody that emailed me, that, there's very few network marketers that are using funnels, but be sure of it that every time you click on anything in social media, you're in somebody's funnel. That's what you're looking at. And a funnel is just a fancy word for a dynamic website that's bringing somebody down some information, giving them some goodies, adding value to their life, et cetera, and making sales along the way. And that's what a funnel does. And there's different kinds of funnels. There's an application funnel, which I'm introducing you guys to, which simply means there's a great group of people out there in this world that we don't have to convince about network marketing. They already know. They've already been in it. We've already got over that mountain. We don't want to try to resell them. And every one of us can relate to making that list and bugging friends and twisting arms and so forth. And the beauty of it is we don't have to do that anymore with funnels. And so it's really just changed my business, and it's a lot more fun. Not that I didn't have fun traveling the world and doing all that I've done in my career, but I would never do it again. I can tell you that. I would never do it again. And so that, funnels that's all it is. A funnel is a fancy name for a website, okay? But static websites don't work anymore. Anybody that's trying to drive traffic to a static website or just a simple landing page, that it doesn't work like it once did, but that's where they came up with funnels, and funnels are very, very dynamic. I'm not sure, Jeff, did you make it to the call?
Yeah, I'm on here.
Oh, good. So this is my partner, Jeff FENN. Jeff is in Kansas, and Jeff has been around funnels for a long time. But Jeff, why don't you get a little bit of your background? I think there's a few new people here today, and just tell them why you're so excited about what we're doing here.
Yeah, so I've been involved with the network marketing business for a long time, and my side of it has always been Facebook advertising, Google advertising, and funnel creation, specifically for network marketers. And what Rick is talking about is, if you could just imagine finding a person that was already looking for an income stream or already looking for a solution in a network marketing solution or a new network marketing company, and then you just happen to pop up right in front of them, or if you could listen in on every conversation of people having about finding a new network marketing company and then presenting them an offer, how much powerful, would that be than talking to your neighbors? And that's what, these online funnels kind of do is we find them online and then we just direct them down a funnel and just give them information. And if they opt in, they opt in. If they don't, they don't. And it's automated and it's automatic and it goes 24 hours a day. And that's what Rick and I have been working on for the last while. And, it really, really works well. And I've done it with some of the big names. A lot of you guys, may know Les Brown or Eric Warre or those guys. I've created funnels for them and helped them, design lead magnet funnels and application funnels, just like what we've put together for you guys to generate recruits and grow your downline.
Yeah. So, guys, as we go through this, it's going to be kind of a shotgun, and I'm just trying to introduce you guys to funnels here today and kind of bring you down, like, what's the next steps if you want to get involved. We offer our funnels for free. We don't charge you guys anything. The only place we get involved is on the builder all side, the affiliate program side, but even that's just 2 levels, and most of it's out of our income stream as well. But we offer a coaching program where Jeff and I and our team come in and we hook it all up for you. So you don't have to know. So I'm getting a lot of technical questions already from people who are on the call, our last call. And I just said, listen, you don't need to know that. You don't need to become the expert in advertising. You don't need to be the technology expert. You just don't need to know that. Now, whatever if you're drawn to that and you want to become the expert, because every team needs an expert, right, in any area, then, we'll salute that and we'll train you along those lines. But, I'm never going to get in the advertising. That's over my head. It's crunching way too many numbers. And Jeff is excellent at it. That's what he does. That's where he excels. So, Jeff, I don't know if where I'm talking, if you want to pull up a report, because I know that a lot of these questions have been geared towards, what kind of numbers, what kind of statistics, what are we looking for as far as opt-ins? What are we looking for as far as sales? What does a self-liquidating funnel look like? We talked a little bit about that yesterday as well. So I don't know if you got anything you can pull up, but I did put together an article today, a report for you guys, and I'll get it out to Chuck, and you guys can hit me up for it. I'll send it to you. But it's basically on, hook, story, offer, right? And that's kind of what we talk about. That's the terminology in the funnel world. I don't know if Brunson coined that or somebody coined that, but, it's powerful, because you really do need that hook and bait on the front end. You got to create a really dynamic story where they're compelled to take some action. They need that epiphany. They need that aha moment where they're like, oh my God, I understand. I get that, right? That first time you signed up in network marketing, you were so excited about it. And you were going to change the world. You were going to make millions of dollars. If you can go back to that and pull some kind of story out of that, and we're going to help you articulate that. Just a 2-minute, 3-minute video, you'll be surprised at how many people will want to connect with you. And we're not talking about Valentis here per se. I know that's the opportunity you guys are all promoting, but we want to teach you guys how to become professional network marketers. And to me, a pro is somebody that's got a database. Somebody like Chuck that's got hundreds of thousands of names, right? But not only a database, somebody that has an active database, because it's $1 a name a month, whatever your database is. If you're not making that off your database, then you probably haven't cultivated that database the way you know how. And that'd be the course I'd be screaming for, man. How do I cultivate my database and really keep it relevant and constantly add value and constantly make good competitive offers that are going to be intriguing and helpful to my database? And so when you're running your own funnel, and that's what we're going to teach you to do, you're all going to have your own funnel. If you want to participate, like Chuck said, this is completely voluntary. It's not a group thing for you guys. We're just here to help you guys serve and take your business to another level, especially in the day and age we live in, right? We can't even go outside. Forget about having a home meeting or whatever. Those days are over right now, and we don't know how long. So building online is almost a must for every business, not just for network marketers. But, we want to teach you guys the basics of building a list, because you're going to own that list. That list is going to be yours. When people opt in, you get a lot more opt-ins than you will actual people that'll fill out an application or buy something, right? Buy a sample. But that's where you cultivate that, and that becomes a money-generating machine for you if you do it right. And so that's kind of where we want to kind of help you guys along the way. So, Chuck, go ahead and throw me some softballs. You know the questions you're getting, what kind of gaps we want to fill in. And I could also show you a little bit of a demo of a site that I put together with some of your videos on it as well.
Yeah. Rick, some of the questions that I'm getting is, there's a lot of other free things out there, right? And so-called free, and then there's a lot of paid, very expensive type funnels. So what makes this different than everything else? And I've tried to explain that a little bit. I don't think I did a real good job, but why don't you address that?
Okay, yeah, that's great. Jeff, let me let you bounce in after me. Well, with the number one things, I don't think you'll find anybody out there doing it for what we're doing it for with a 25% affiliate commission on it. So when you promote our program, you're actually making another income stream. Kind of couple that with your builder. I'll call it your affiliate commissions, right? We designed that because we want you to pump more money into advertising because that's where you make your big money. That's where you're going to grow your organizations, right? But I don't know of anybody out there, Jeff. You know this. You know the funnel world better than I do. As far as what people are offering out there, I don't think anybody's offering anything like what we're doing.
Yeah, for a customized funnel with traffic generation tied to it, I don't know of any free tool that or service that's doing that. Typically, what you see is about a $3,000 a month retainer plus a 15% of ad spend, and then anything custom is a la carte after that. And so I don't know of anything. If there is something, I'd like to check it out and see how they're doing it. But I don't know of anything.
So, and again, ours is one-on-one coaching or two-on-one coaching. It's very personalized. We're going to be working with each one of you guys to try to get the story out of you. And that's kind of cool.
Ad budget. I mean, the traffic's got to come from somewhere, right? And I guess, Jeff, maybe this is your question. How expensive is that? What's the cost of a lead? Can somebody spend a minimum amount and I know there's no maximum, but give me a feel for that.
Yeah. So advertising cost starts at about $5 a day. That's the bare minimum. That's the minimum that Facebook allows you to spend. That will produce about 4 people to your site per day. That'll get you about 4 people typically, on average. As you scale that up, and as your ad campaign matures, that'll get you more and more people. So on month 1, if somebody can mute their microphone, that's what that reverb is from. Anyway, so as your campaign matures, that same $5 on month 6 might get you 20 page visitors, where on month 1, it got you 4. So Facebook gets better and better and better as it ages. And
repetition, right?
Yeah. And so, it can start at $5. We typically recommend $20 a day, just because that gets you some pretty great traffic, and you start to see conversions right away. You start to see people opting in for your opportunity right away. And I build these funnels for all sorts of people. I just launched one day before yesterday, and she set hers at $10 a day. And in that 3 days that it's been live, she got 4 people to join her network marketing group, and that was this week. And so, 4 recruits in 1 week's pretty good. And so, an automated source of recruits in 1 week, that's a good deal. And so, she was real happy with that.
Right. Yeah. $10 a day, get 4 people to join. Yeah, that definitely pays out.
Yeah, it's like taking somebody for coffee every day, except you don't have to.
Right.
It's like taking them to Starbucks and sitting them down and telling them about your opportunity, but you don't have to leave your house. You don't even have to talk to them. Right. And so, it's just an automated source of taking people out for coffee. You can think of it that way. Yeah.
Well, that Dave, I saw a question up here that you had out. Go ahead, Rick. Why don't you talk about the coaching program for a second? I just got that message. So why don't you talk about that, and then we'll get the link out to everybody so that because I think some people already have joined it. I think you sent me that link yesterday, but I'll get it out to everybody again. You're muted, buddy.
That was muted, huh? I was reading Thomas, candidate with New York, man. That's where I grew up, brother. Sorry. Had to throw that in there. Many stomping years around that lake. But our coaching program is designed to work one-on-one with you guys, or in a small group, and we have a couple other people on the team as well, and some overseas developers as well that help us. But basically the idea is to get you guys a custom funnel, make sure it's live, because that's the hardest part. I think that I don't know if Ricardo's on here, but I know he's in the funnel world. But Ricardo could probably speak to it. I know Jeff can. But how many people got the ClickFunnels account, a Builderall account, one of these softwares, and never launched a funnel, never got a funnel? I can't tell you how many I talked to in that big event I went out to not that long ago out in Nashville. So our goal is, listen, if you're going to come into our program and you want to get for $297, you're getting a funnel live. We can guarantee you that. And so that's what we charge. We pay 25% direct sale affiliate commission on that as well. We wanted to be able to pay for itself for you guys and create revenue. You guys can promote that, because some people aren't going to get involved. You're going to have a great prospect, but they're just not going to be interested in what you have. But you certainly can turn them on to funnels, and you can make some money off that. And that's the whole concept of funnels, is that you want to make money through you're basically, your prospecting is paying for itself as people come through, buy a digital asset, buy these products. And we're going to introduce you guys that in Funnels 202. First thing is application funnel, but we're going to get funnel live for you guys. So pivotprofits.com is the funnel, and you guys can go there and check it out. More than welcome to. You guys can wait and see how a few of these funnels go. But the more people that we get, the more custom we can get with the funnels that we produce for you guys. Jeff charges, anywhere up to $25,000 to create a funnel. What you've gotten that much and a lot more, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, $25,000, for a year, and that's my typical retainer, and that's where it starts. That doesn't include ad creation and ad optimization, which we're giving you guys, and so that's not to sound greedy, but that's what that's what I've charged in the past, and that's with some of the other contracts we've done, that's what we've done. And the one thing I was going to bring up too was, I'm sure you guys hear it all the time, and that's I just don't know enough people. I just don't know anybody that I could sign up underneath me, and that's what you hear, right? And so just imagine how much simpler it is if you could offer somebody an opportunity that got them the recruits for them. So you sign up, you get a funnel, but then you can offer that funnel to anybody that signs up. And so they're not out there beating the pavement to get recruits either.
That's right. Yeah. And
so
Jeff,
that's the best thing you can offer somebody, in my opinion.
You hit it. For me, it's all about duplication within a funnel system. If it's not for you and your team, it's not for you and your team. But the thing you're going to want to do is actually pass these funnels along. People that come in, we always say in the rules of duplication is that, people do what they did, right? That's how they came in. That's what they're going to do, right? And that's exactly what we want to do in this funnel process. And usually when we sponsor somebody, we do it all wrong anyway. We do the hero model. We have that third wave person that, it's not scalable, right? But a funnel is very, very scalable and very, very easily duplicated. So that's probably the most exciting thing about it. The only challenge it gets when, is if you're doing products, right? If you're doing product sampling, which Jeff, I don't know if you're on the call, but these guys got a couple of perfect products, weight loss coffee, incredible skincare product that I think would work well based on what we've done with skincare. So I think that the next step is beyond the applications, help these guys build a funnel for their product as well. But that's where it might get a little bit tricky, because you have to actually have the product to ship out, and you have to have that. It's got to be tightened up and done properly, because you're talking about somebody's merchant account, different things like that. But we'll help you guys walk through that.
Yeah, we've tackled that before. And
exactly.
We do that again.
So good. Go ahead. So Chuck, go ahead. You had another.
No, I mean, some of the people are asking about, when we do the advertising, is it going to be individually? Can we do it as a group? Can we co-opt the thing? Tell us about that.
Well, we have co-op traffic before. This is more of a Jeff thing. I mean, we certainly could co-op traffic. It's not that big of a deal that we already have rotators and stuff built within our system. But it'll be really an individual decision up to you guys. You know what I mean? Some people might want to go real big with this. Some people might want to just limp in, you know what I mean? So we'd have to have some lower level shares and stuff like that. But at the same time, it does give it, there's a little bit of a lottery involved with that. We've had that happen before where somebody will come in and put $50 in a co-op and somebody else will put in 1,000, you know what I mean? And the proportion of leads isn't always exact, right? or the quality of leads. It's just a lottery, right? Because you got people going as they hit the funnel, they're getting rotated. So you don't know the quality of each lead. So that's a little bit of a downside to that, unless people are really consistent with it. But yeah, we could do either way. Jeff, I don't know if you want to comment on that.
Yeah, we can do it either way. We've seen co-ops do it, and we've done it individually. One thing I did want to highlight on is the power of local search. And so, like Rick was saying, you guys have a skincare product that's really popular. I mean, just think about if somebody's Googling a skincare product in your area, and you pop up as one of the local distributors. That's really powerful. And so not only are you going to recruit them online, but then they're a local distributor for you. And so local search is really powerful. So that's one reason to consider, doing individual campaigns, but co-op campaigns work too. It's just like Rick said, you get some good leads and you get some bad leads, and that's something you have to absorb as a group. And so, that's something everybody has to understand from the beginning.
Right. Okay. Rick, why don't you take us through, kind of the steps or the process, somebody's got their Builderall account set up, then, what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? And, how long is that process until we can get this whole thing launched?
Yeah, great question. So obviously the first step is we use Builderall. We use Builderall for two different reasons. I mean, you guys have heard of ClickFunnels. I've been a ClickFunnels member, still am, and for a long time, as has Jeff. But ClickFunnels is a little more, I think it's a little more complicated, maybe a little bit easier to use on the, the actual building part, but there's a lot more connections, third-party things and so forth. And you can make the argument ClickFunnels will do a bit more, but it's $97 to start there. And their affiliate program is nowhere near Builderall as well. We want to create a cash flow opportunity, for advertising for you guys as well. So that's why I went to Builderall. And it does the same thing as far as sharing. Now our guys, we build funnels and Builderall, it's fine. It doesn't make a difference. They're going to look the same as the ClickFunnels accounts. They're going to do the same exact thing, and they're just as easy to share with you guys. Like I can actually share your funnel here, Chuck. If you enable sharing here on the screen, I'll show a couple screenshots. But you have to give me the ability to share here.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry. No worries. But once you have a Builderall account and you want to go to your sponsor for that, we're network marketers. I think one of the other things that just kind of bunny trail a little bit is that, the difference between us is I think we're very, very affordable. I don't think you'll find it any cheaper. We're here for the long haul. And we're trying to really help people. I don't think we'll be doing it at this price forever. I think Jeff and I we'll kind of explore it, and we'll create a bigger team, and it'll be more like a $497 or a $997, which where it probably should be. But you're also coming at with a group of guys that really know network marketing from every facet, from a company owner facet, from a distributor facet, from a consulting facet, to the technician facet, for Jeff. So you're not talking to just somebody that's making money off the industry. We're from the industry, and I'm still in the industry. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big difference. You see a lot of guys out there that leave their careers and they do great, speaking or doing training or whatever, but they never really made their fortunes or millions of dollars in the industry. I think, we've made millions and millions of dollars in the industry, and now we're taking some of that and we're bringing it to, something that we really know well. So I think it kind of put that in the back of your mind. But once you have your Builderall account, Chuck, when everybody go to their sponsor to get that, very, very simple. You can sign up for the free version to get started if you want, $29.95, and then the premium, the most expensive one, is $69.95. And the cool thing about the $69.95, it's got probably 50 different templates in there. We went through them yesterday, right, Chuck? Different templates you can use and give to other businesses that you might want to. Now, we don't want to get you sidetracked. One of my coaches said to me a couple weeks ago in a session, he said, Rick, whoever focuses right now and gets laser focused for the next 30 to 90 days are the people that are going to win. You know what I mean? Get rid of all the clutter, all the shiny objects, and focus, right? And if your focus here is getting a funnel online and start building with funnels, and let that be your focus. And you don't want to, get sidetracked. But there is a bunch of templates in there that are very, very useful, because trust me, when you get in there, you're going to start wanting to build your own stuff. And you can. I did. When I first introduced myself to it, I was stubborn as a mule, man. I didn't quit until I built one funnel. And that was one of our most successful funnels. We ran it for 3 months. Now, Jeff went in there and tweaked it, made it better and better and better and so forth. But we still ran that skincare funnel for months and months and months, and did, hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales and 17,000, engagements, through that. So you're going to want to build your own funnel. So you're definitely going to want to get one of those accounts. Okay. 29 or 69 is what I'd recommend. Okay. From there, we got to have your address. Now, Chuck, I'm going to have to leave you you're going to have to help me here, because until we have an address, we can't share a funnel. Okay. And I can't see everybody. It's not like a network marketing back office, right? I could see my direct people and I could send them a funnel, but I need to know who needs a funnel. So we'll probably set up some simple process in our back office, which we're developing right now. There'll be a little portal for you guys to log into, and there'll be tools in there. You know what I mean? I love the 100 best headlines by Jay Abraham. I put that up a lot. My ebook. I just did an article on the hook, story, offer, which is critical to understand, especially when you're creating a video. And I love talking about that, as does Jeff. Is phenomenal at it. So we want to make sure you get some of those resources as we develop, or prior to developing the funnel, right? Doing that custom funnel. Now we're going to send it to you right away, because we want you to get in there and start looking at it. We want to make sure you guys are making pages. There's only 5 or 6 pages, so it's not like it's an intense thing. We want to make sure you guys go through and change a few headlines here and there that you might want to do. And if you're touching something that really pulls well, and we know it because we've already tried that, we'll tell you. We'll say, don't do that. Don't sign up for that course. But one of the things we really want you to do is go watch the videos, right? Because you really need to put that video in there, because you're selling yourself in this process. You guys are leaders out there, and you're selling yourself, and that's what people are buying into. We might think they're buying into a comp plan or the best product or whatever. We might have all those things, but they're not. They're buying into you. We've known that. We've always said that. The funnel is a chance to really showcase that. Okay. Like I don't even tell them what opportunity I do until I get them on the phone. And sometimes I won't even tell them because I don't want to work with them. Right. This guy's a knucklehead. I don't want to work with him. I'm trying to convince him why MLM works. If I get those kind of rebuttals, I'm done. I'm saying next, and with the funnel, you always got 4 or 5 in the queue constantly, pumping in. And if you guys want to turn that up, you just turn it up. When you're doing regional events, targeting that region is powerful with the funnel. You know what I mean? 3, 4, 5 months out, things like that. So once we get that, we're going to share a funnel with you guys. Okay. Now from there, you guys have a decision to make whether you want to go ahead and customize that funnel yourself. And I'll show you that when I'm kind of done here. Chuck, I'll share my screen. I'll show you where we're working on Chuck's funnel. Okay. You guys can customize it. Chuck decided to come and say, hey, listen, I'm going to engage, and it's worth it to me. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys to customize. So I'm working with Chuck, and Chuck, your funnel will probably be up this week, live this week. It depends on you. A lot of it depends on you, because you got to give us the material to work with, right? But again, there's not a lot there. There's not a lot of words there. There's not a lot of pictures there. There's a video there, right? And it's just the process and the psychology behind it. So you guys will go through the funnel that we share with you, and you'll detail exactly how you want to customize it, okay? And once you've done that, you're ready for us to take it. We take that thing and we connect it completely for you. There'll be a list that you'll get, like you got to get a Calendly, free Calendly account, things like that. We might point you in the direction of getting a Stripe account, which is a merchant account online. Everybody in the world is approved for, basically. Okay, might direct you to get that just because you're going to need it in the future, not because you need it right now. But there'll be certain things we know that you'll need as you go through this funnel process, because the first funnel is an application. The next one's a product funnel. We'll be introducing a webinar funnel along there as well, because I think you guys would do real well with the webinar funnel too, especially while everybody's home. And so from there, we'll customize it. And I would say, Jeff, I speak for this, but I would say about 72 hours you'll be live once we get your information. Jeff, would you agree with that, or am I pushing it?
You're pushing it like usual, but So yeah, 72 hours would be like an optimistic goal. Probably, I would say it's probably 4 to 5 days, and a lot of that has to do with approval, and issues that we have to do. But it's definitely less than, it's definitely around 5 days. But even then, that's unbelievably fast and a great turnaround.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, Jeff, as usual, I'm always a little optimistic. I appreciate that, Jeff. So 4 to 5 days, we'll say that, but we'll probably crank out these original ones pretty quickly. But again, we're going to customize a little more for you guys. We've got a good team here, and Chuck and I go way back, so we're going to customize a little more for you guys. But we'll get them up as fast as we can. Hopefully, we'll get 3 or 4 live this week. from you guys, and then go from there. But now, Chuck, from there we will go into traffic, and this is depending on. I'll tell you right now, just what you're doing, Chuck, is a perfect example, because you're telling, hey, listen, let's talk about the world of funnels right now, and it's very intriguing. You cannot, I mean, there's no way you can get around how intriguing this is compared to what we've been doing in network marketing for all these years, right? It's just talk to people that want to talk to you, people that aren't negative on network marketing. You don't have to be that guy or that girl at the family reunion that's always, no, you don't have to be that person anymore. So it's very intriguing for a network marketer that we've really been around this industry to get in the funnel world, right? It just is. So whether you guys just send that out to your warm market, do what Chuck did just with you guys, you'll get attention, you'll get engagement, you'll get signups, right? You know what I mean? I'm kind of saying, go back to your list. Don't make that list anymore. It's not what we're building anymore. But there's a lot of people on that list that you would like to show funnels to, right? A lot of people you tried to be in business before and failed. Well, now you might have something that might really succeed. You certainly want to go back to those. So I think you get a lot of traffic right off your warm market. That's where you'll want to start. You really will want to start there. But from there, if you guys want, you can engage us to do your ads. And Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit what that looks like?
So what we do is we charge $97 a month to manage your ads, and we set up the ads, we set up the campaign, we help you develop your audiences, we help you refine those audiences, we help you come up with the copy, we help you with the graphics, with the video, anything that we need to do, we install all of that for you, and we have updates on those ads, how they're performing, what your return on ad cost is. So every time you spend $1 on ads, you should be making that dollar back. Ads should never cost you a thing. And so that's what we refer to as a self-liquidating funnel, is any money that we ever spend on ads, or any money we spend on finding new recruits, you should be making back. And so we monitor all of that to make sure those ad campaigns stay self-liquidating. And that's my goal. That's my whole purpose, is to make sure that your funnels are self-liquidating.
You got any questions on that? You guys clear on that? We covered a little bit, but it took me a while to get my arms around what a self-liquidating funnel was. And then we had
Rick,
it's a lot of fun.
Rick?
Yeah.
This is Jim Seibel. Would our two liquidating funnels be the Builderall affiliate program and your 25% from the coaching program with it? Is that where
Yeah, if you listen to Jim, it's a great question. If you were to advertise our affiliate program to Builderall, then that'd be something different. Then you'd be kind of like a main affiliate for us. We don't anticipate that really. Certainly we'd love it. But I got a feeling we're going to generate so much business, we're not going to be able to keep up with it anyway. So no, the answer is no. We're not really talking about we're talking about, that certainly could be self-liquidating, but you would have to be putting advertising dollars against that. Now, you could couple that with your application funnel, and some people aren't going to be interested in the opportunity, but you can still turn them on to funnels and make money. Then you could couple that with a self-liquidating funnel, meaning that whatever you spend on that campaign, right? You spend $100, you're pulling at least $100 back out of Builderall and our affiliate program, but also you probably have to put in there your Fast Start program too, whatever that is. You know what I mean? So you're as long as you got that self-liquidating, it's not costing you anything. Once we know the numbers, it's almost like a science. It's almost like, calling an election. You know how they call election when there's 1% in, 2% in? It's very similar. This is Jeff's world I'm speaking to right now. But, Jeff and I always knew within, 2 or 3% exactly what our ads were going to do, what our traffic was going to do, how much revenue we could expect. It really becomes a science at that point. And again, that's why I would encourage every one of you guys to use Jeff, or as many as he'll take. Certainly co-op if you guys do that, because Jeff will get you the right traffic for sure.
Thanks.
But Jim, I will say this. I mean, as we get further down this, again, Chuck and I go way back, and we've talked about doing courses and stuff with you guys and creating some digital assets for you. The idea of having digital assets would be, for example, let's just use your coffee funnel, Skinny Coffee, right? And you guys got a whole pitch for that. Sorry, I'm destroying it, but you get a free sample of that. Maybe you got 1 stick, or maybe it's 3 sticks. They're paying $6.99 or $7.99 or even $8.99 shipping and handling. Okay, your cost against that is $4, right? So you're making, your shipping is only going to be $1. You know what I mean? So you're making $3 there on your shipping and handling, right? and that's the handling part, right? But from there, there's an order bump on there that, you know, for not $47, but for $7, they can get this network marketing ebook, you know, or this ebook associated with weight loss, right? That's the kind of ebook we need to come up with. We were using a neuropathy ebook, which Jeff, maybe you can share the numbers of that, but they're off the chain. You know, we were getting up, you know, as high as 20-some% or maybe even higher.
27.
That order bump. Was that?
27%.
Yeah, 27%. So you imagine that. So every customer you get that comes in and grabs one of your skinny coffee packages, samples, also gets your ebook for $7. You add those two things together, and it's more than paying for all your media. That's what you call a self-liquidating funnel. So at that point, if you're spending $200 a week, you can now spend $2,000 a week. It's not going to cost you a dime. You're just going to be talking to a lot more people and getting a lot more customers. And that's the beauty of it. Once you got that holy grail, once you guys have created that, then it becomes how big do you want to go? And it's how you create momentum. So great question, Jim.
Rick, this is Kenny Andrews. I got a question for you about it. We have web pages in our back office. Everybody has a domain. Do we need to have a separate one and then like a bit.ly link to carry that forward? Or
Is it
do
Ken?
you?
Ken, you?
Yeah.
Ken? Hey, Ken, how are you?
That's good.
Yeah, no, but you'll want to do that. You don't have to do that because there's a link you can get, but you want to, like, you look at mine, it's pivotprofits.com. And that's the name of our program, is Pivot Profits, you know, coaching program. So you're going to want to do something like that, you know, with your name in it or some kind of calling card. You can put on a business card, but that's, you know, you go to GoDaddy and do that in 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just mask forward it. Or you can do it right out of Builderall. Now, I've seen where you say register on domain, you can do it right there. It might be even easier to do it in Builderall. I just never have because I have all my domains in GoDaddy. But I would certainly recommend that. But eventually you'll be putting tags on things and people won't be seeing links, but they do see your URL on Facebook. If you ever noticed that, you're looking at an ad, there's always a URL there. So to me, you want to get something that people can remember, click on and so forth. Jeff, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, you can do it right out of Builderall. That's one of the first things that I looked at when I was when I was first in there, and then also, like Rick's saying, like if you guys want to connect that to your back office now, that's the thing to do. That gives you authority. That makes it look more professional, and then also you're grabbing that traffic, and so it's what they call pixelating traffic. And so anybody that visits your page, anybody that visits your funnel, we have them. And so that we can follow up with them, we can remarket them, we can create audience that look like them. And that's really, really important for what I was talking about earlier is, you know, the more your ads mature, the better and better they get. And so we can't do that without pixelating those people.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to explain groups to you guys, but, you know, there's a certain hurdle when you're doing Facebook advertising, right, Jeff? You get to a certain point where now you can create a group, and that's just your advertising costs just plummet.
Yeah,
right?
and so
that's
all this stuff is like sounds super complicated, but we do all that for you. That's what we do. I mean, we take all of that out of, you know, like when I first met Rick, he didn't want to do any of that. He just said, you do it, and so I just took it all over, and it just simplifies the whole thing.
I just get in there and cause problems whenever.
Easily.
That's great. Look, I'm trying one of you guys' products here. All right, next question. Chuck, you want to jump in there, bud?
What are the next steps, Rick? I mean, what how do we get, I heard there's a coaching program. So I've already signed up for the Builderall thing. So how do we get the coaching program and then get Jeff working on our ads? What's the next steps?
Yeah, pivotprofits.com. That's our website that, you know, Ken just had a great question. We basically got that domain and pointed our funnel towards that. So that's our coaching funnel. We're still doing some tweaks in there. You know, we've been so busy just with our own more market contacts so far that we haven't even started our campaign. We have ads being approved now. But that's where it's at. It's at pivotprofits.com. And you guys can just go through that. And in that process, you can put your first coaching call right on there too. As a calendar, just put it on there, and then we'll get on with you. We'll kind of lay out the plan and the time frame and so forth.
There, at one point, there was I think the last meeting we talked about if there was a certain number of people that signed up for that. How do we make sure when we go there that Chuck gets credit for that? That we become part of Chuck's group?
Yeah, well, Chuck, whoever your sponsor is. So when you guys sign up, we're going to probably just be asking you that in our coaching call. Who is your sponsor and, whatever.
Okay.
And eventually, our affiliate program is being launched here in the next week or so. And then you have your own affiliate links. So you'll just send that out, just like similar to anything else. It'll be in our little portal. You'll have a login. There'll be training materials in there. We'll have things on advertising, how to get more traffic, just great resources. We've even talked about doing some webinars with some of our connections, some bigger names we've worked with in the past to kind of add some value, some things like that. So, we'll make sure we get that information. They'll definitely get a tracking link. So, but whoever your direct sponsor is, I think, is how Chuck wants to handle that. Good question, Ken. Thanks.
Okay. What's next, Rick?
Chuck, we just got to get people rolling here. So people need to get their Builderall accounts. Okay. They need to get their email address either to me or to you and say, hey, send me the application funnel. We're going to send you a version of it right away because we need you to look at that version. Because if you say yes to the coaching program, you're going to go to pivotprofits.com, sign up. Also get on the first coaching call. The faster you can get on, the quicker we're going to be working with you individually, whoever that is, because it's going to be an individual project with everybody. We got to get your story out. We got to pull that story out from you guys and get a video online. And again, we're not talking, and some people are scared to death to do this. I hate doing it. I really do. And I think I'm decent at it, but I hate doing it. So, but it's all it is, getting your phone up here with one of these things you got and you create the video. That's how simple it is. We don't need special effects. We call it shaky cam and it works. It just flat out works. Not like the days of old, Chuck. We had to have all this glitz and glory,
So, hey, Rick, how we're going to know if the video that we do, because I did one, sent one to Chuck and one to you, and I don't know whether it's worth I'm not going to use a cuss word online, but, I don't know whether it's any good or.
Who's this speaking?
Jim Seibel.
Jim, sorry, your name didn't come. So, Jim, when did you send that?
I sent, I thought I sent it to you, a link to the YouTube that I did, and I sent one to Chuck.
Okay, I got to go back and look for it. I didn't see it. Here's the thing. We will let you know. I mean, we said it yesterday in the copies. Listen, it's all about success here, right? We're trying to put a new tool in you guys' hands, and we're going to put it in front of a lot of people. I mean, just imagine that, this funnel is going to go out and be in front of tens of thousands of people potentially. You know what I mean? So that's your audience. You're speaking to tens of thousands of people. Right. So you want to get it right? And so, I send my videos to Jeff all the time. I say, Jeff, here's my first cut. He'll come back. He'll throw a bunch of stuff out at me. I'll do it again. And then I say, okay, let's script this part out. So there's a little bit of process that goes on there, even when Jeff and I are doing videos and stuff, but it's not that hard. But you just got to put your tough skin on. We're gonna let you have it. We're gonna say, listen, this is great. This is absolutely irrelevant. This is fantastic. Let's put the hook over here. This is really what got me.
Right.
This, that kind of stuff. We'll give you
Do
that.
we need more? Do we need more than one?
Well, we can only evaluate one. You're definitely gonna do. It's probably gonna be more than one take. I wouldn't try to do a perfect one at first. You don't need to.
No.
Wait till you got it right. Wait till you got that message right. And we'll be taking a look at probably a couple of videos before, we say, hey, let's go ahead and put this one online. Yeah. And again, we don't need perfection because that's the enemy of success, right? We don't need a home run. We need a double.
Yeah.
If they're a single, right?
Yeah. I know it's easy to do because I've done it. I wrote a book and I did 4 or 5 or 6 of them. It's easy to do. But what I didn't know is whether the content is, the hook, et cetera, whether that's, so. I know.
I'm going to send an article that I wrote earlier today to Chuck. And can you post anything in here? Are you allowed to post an article in here, Chuck?
Do what?
In Zoom? I'm not real familiar with Zoom. Can I post something in here? A link? Download?
You can post the link in the chat.
Oh, you can. Okay. right, I'll try to do that while you guys are chatting here. But this is a great start because it really just talks about what a hook is, what a story should include, and what an offer is, right? And, I talk a little bit about bundling. You got to make sure you stand out, right? So, you got to kind of follow that process. And really every page should follow that process. And Jeff and I will be, we'll be excited, but we'll be a little critical. You guys say, listen, let's change this, man. You came across beautiful here. So you bounce your things in. Chuck, the same thing. I'll be having Chuck look at them before we go live too. So, so you guys just send them to us, and that's part of the coaching. That's part of what we're going to do for you guys.
Okay.
And I can't figure out how to send a link in here. Doesn't let me. Must only Chuck. I'll email it to you, Chuck, and you can get it out to the team.
Okay.
But I think it'll be a helpful little tool.
Yeah. Okay, so so guys, if you haven't got your Builderall account, then get to your sponsor in Valentis and get their link. If they're not going to participate, then go upline from them to find out who is going to participate. Again, this is a volunteer army, right? And some people are going to volunteer, some people aren't. So it's okay. Not everybody's going to play. Not everybody wants to play in this arena. But like I said to everybody, this is just another quiver. I mean, it's just another arrow in your quiver, right? It's just another tool that you have access to. And why not, hey, if I can talk to an extra 4 or 5 people every day who knows that it's network marketing, that's not going to throw up, who knows that there's already an investment, to get started, that knows a few things and says, yes, I want to know about that, then, hey, what better prospect in the world could you possibly spend your time with than somebody like that, right? I mean, we got a great story. We've got a company that last year grew by 525%. We've got great products. We've got an amazing compensation plan. We've got all those components together. Now it's just a matter of packaging it up a little bit, putting a bow on it and getting it out there to everybody so that they can pop open the bow and say, oh shit, this is what I've been looking for the whole time. And I've been, messing with my brother-in-law, and here it is. So, it's just time for us to get started, and no time better than now, since we're all kind of confined to the house, and this is what we're doing. So let's go have a good time. And, I'm always available, and we'll set up another call like this with Jeff and with Rick so that we can get some more detail, right? We're kind of going through the baby steps right now. And as soon as we get through the baby steps, we'll still cover some of those baby steps, but we'll move on to more advanced things, right? As we progress. So, guys, we've been on here right at an hour now. So, I think we've got all the information that everybody needs. Rick, unless you've got something else, or Jeff, you've got something else that you want to throw in.
No, just I appreciate you guys. And again, you guys, we're here to help you guys and serve you. We're advocates for this industry. Like I said, I've known Chuck a long time, and I know he's a great leader. And you guys are with a great company that's growing really fast with some really critical products, I think, in the time that we live in. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be with you guys. So if you need anything, I already see some people booking some appointments. I got one with, I believe, Lee right now or somebody. So I'll be jumping off, but we'll be getting a couple of funnels. The next couple of calls we'll get on there, we'll show you some demos. Hey, here's so-and-so funnel. Here we go. Let's go ahead and give her a hand for this video, right? And then the following funnels after that will have traffic and leads and new people signing up, and that'll be really a lot of fun.
Right.
So.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Good job.
Okay.